Roxamore Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you feel that? Tell me, can you feel that? You see it coming? Yeah, let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, you know I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the Lord the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all funny game to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screamin' lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Roxamore Sports Network here live for the Roxamore Report. Tonight we'll be taking you through all of the best basketball action from this winter athletic season, including the MLK Showcase, the City League Championship, and we'll sprinkle in a little bit more for you there as the program progresses. We're going to get things started with the MLK Showcase hosted by Woodland Hills High School, all put together by their athletic director Ron Corsi. A great showing of athletes, a great showing of teams of both men's and women's basketball, and of course whenever you get some of the top talent in the nation in a gym, you're going to see the high-flying dunks. We had a lot of those from the MLK Showcase, so we're going to go ahead and take you for the first round of those highlights from the dunks from the MLK Showcase. Check them out.
And three from the corner. Oh, nice dish inside. Now coming back into Brown, high above the rim and dunks it down. A nice take, especially after that skirmish. And watch out, watch out. What score do you give him on that one?
Just standing around. Yeah, that was a great crossover.
Bain splitting. Polly back on the run, so he missed out on a little bit of running in the first, and now coming down and throwing it down with the right hand for Polly. They're on the break again. Watch out, here comes the lob and the dunk. The slam in the press. And it looks like we're going to get a one-on-one opportunity for Lewis. Blows past to the defender and dunks it on him. A nice take there by Lewis, showing.
By Jay.
Looking to foul. Now Sarson's coming in with a two-handed slam off of 1 foot. Look out for Ben Sarson's raising the roof and slamming it down.
And from the dunks, we take you right to the first game for the host school, the Woodland Hills men's Wolverines, as they took on the Gateway Gators. The last time these two teams matched up in their WPIAL debut, it went into overtime. The Gateway Gators got the victory in that one, but it would be a different story when they played at the Wolverines' home stadium. The Wolverines were led by Velton Kinney, who in the first matchup really debuted his talents on this Wolverines roster. He was coming off the bench. After that game, he had a great impact, and he would be a starter for this team throughout the rest of the season. In Game 2, he went off for the Wolverines. He had 16 points in the first half, including 4 3-pointers, all in that first half. So let's go ahead and take you through the action. Woodland Hills versus the Gateway Gators.
In the play. Turnover.
Guarded Velton Kinney on the layup. And this is where he starts to heat up from behind the arc. One for Velton
from
Kinney.
downtown.
The official's going to get tired of raising his arms in the first half. Once again, 16 of his team's 22 points in the first half for Velton Kinney. The kid was on fire. Once again, Woodland Hills. Nice baseline drive, kick out, corner three, Velton Kinney again. And yeah, we'll throw in one more. Velton Kinney was feeling it in the first half, and as time expired, the floater off glass. Velton Kinney again learned his name. He was a problem all season for the Woodland Hills as he was a scoring machine. So Woodland Hills carried the lead into the half after that made shot by Velton Kinney. They had a 2-point lead and they looked to keep it throughout the rest of the second half. Let's see those second half highlights now from Woodland Hills versus Gateway.
Robinson takes a three, miss it. Robinson takes a three.
And here we go, second half action. Got the lead for Woodland Hills. Kyer Hainsworth loves that mid-range territory. And then Deontay doing his thing from downtown. Gateway would have a little bit of an answer in the second half, but they were down just too much against Woodland Hills. A couple of threes there brought them in closer and then the tip away. Elgin Oliver, a star for this Gateway Gators team. Woodland Hills did a great job of securing him on the defensive side, and they would finish there. Jihad Denard on the run out. The final score from that one, Woodland Hills edges them out 48-43. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here from the Roxamore Report. We'll be right back with the rest of the highlights from the MLK Showcase. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roxamore Report. It's time to buckle your seatbelts, turn off your phones, and sit back as it's time to take flight here, the second batch of dunks from the Woodland Hills MLK Showcase.
Oh, and look at the lob. Just floating behind there. And now a push out. Here comes Brown on the run. And Brown gonna do it by himself.
Last night, showcase some of the talent. High riser. Once again, Omar Garner goes.
And
There
now
you
Will.
have it.
Here comes
All by
Rayshawn
himself.
Robertson. See him elevate. Goes up with
Yes.
one hand and stuffs it away. Rayshawn Roberts. And with games like this, with athletes like this, as the 7-footer easily dunks that one away, but the basketball. And here comes. Look out for Showtime on the jam with two hands. Goes up and slam. He hit his last shot. Pump fake left. Goes right and meets him at the rim. And the follow. Jam is good. Jerome Baya cleaning.
For the loose ball.
And that's what you love to see from your stars as we try to get a timeout. Now going on the other side, Brandon Murray showing that he can do it too. Rim rocking here at Woodland Hills High School. Baseline help defense. And now a 2-on-1. Up in the air. And the lob, the slam, and the bucket.
Welcome back. Up next for you, we have a matchup from the MLK Showcase, a local matchup between Penn Hills and Butler High School. It was a big game. The stadium was packed for the nightcap of day 2 from the MLK Showcase, and this game starred the senior point guard Ethan Morton, who is committed to Purdue. He's already eclipsed over 2,000 points in his high school career, so you know he is a straight-up bucket walking onto the court. Let's take you now to the highlights from that first half.
At the elbow or out with
Here's
the
Morton, pull-up jumper, good from the elbow. He could score from literally anywhere around the arc, mid-range game, and inside. But Penn Hills, a very well-coached team, they play great team basketball, working it around the perimeter and getting the corner 3 early. Damar Kelly, he was doing it all night for Penn Hills High School. Morton, once again, loves that mid-range game, sunk it from the foul line. There he goes inside, altering his body, gets the bucket to go. Butler again, the 3. Both of these teams showed great capabilities of shooting the basketball from deep. And here we see Kelly once again behind the back. Showtime, up and under for the basket. That would take us to the half there from Penn Hills. They had a slight lead at the half, but it was truly a game of runs, as throughout the entire game, both teams were just exchanging body blows back and forth, and the offenses really stood out in this one. Let's now move to the second half highlights from Butler versus Penn Hills.
We'll see if they execute the play or plays that
Once again, showing that ability from beyond the arc, both teams could stretch it out and did a really good job of it throughout the game. Now this time on the run. The best beard in the game right there gets the foul and the bucket. He's going to go to line for the 3-point play where he would convert. So a tightly contested game here with 3:57 left in the fourth. It's a 3-point game, not anymore after the bucket and the foul. Unable to convert on the free throw attempt as that one once again swatted away, and here comes Penn Hills on the run. A bobble for it, but good hustle. Gets it to go, and that would give Penn Hills the lead. But Butler scores again, and here comes Morton. He was doing it all night. Double-digit score, goes up with the left, and it trickles away. That would give his team the lead. They would finish up after some free throws at the end, winning 68-63 in what was one of the top performances from the MLK Showcase. So we're going to go ahead and take another break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club. Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories. Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community, fundraiser, and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
In basketball, some players live below the rim, others live above it. Let's bring you our third and final round of dunks from the MLK Showcase, showing you a bunch of players who live above the rim.
and they do it by pass, and we have a dunk by number 12. Jam. One another and each other, and so we have to make a stand. As we say that, we have a steal by Jahar Denard. He goes coast to coast, being a high riser. Sunday, down, long shot. And we have
9675 today for your free consultation as we welcome you back to second quarter play here on the Roxamore Sports Network. The follow in the jam with the right hand by Lewis.
You know what?
But pass it up. Oh, and good hounding defense by the Tigers. Now coming on the other side. Oh, when he slams it down with the right hand.
Welcome back to the Roxamore Sports Network, here live on the Roxamore Report. On July 20th, 1969, Americans saw one giant leap for mankind as we saw the first humans ever to land on the moon. Then, a couple years later, on January 18th, 2020, we saw one giant leap from Jihad Denard as he rose up for the first dunk of the season for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, and their role eclipsing the moon. Of course, that was the Moon Area High School Tigers as they took them on in their second matchup live from the MLK Showcase. Let's take you through the first half highlights from that one.
Kick it in down low.
Moon showed they could shoot the ball literally from anywhere on the court, doing a good job there. Well beyond NBA range, stroking it from downtown. Moon off to a hot start, a 14-10 lead, but this is where the momentum switched for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Jihad Denard going up after the steal and jamming it away, like I mentioned, the first dunk in game of the season for the Wolverines. And then Rayshawn Robertson, he is a defensive master for the Wolverines. He did it there, rejecting that shot. And once again, you know he's a scorer. Velton Kinney getting it done. In the second half, it would be all Woodland Hills Wolverines as we finish with an and one there by Jihad Denard. The final score after 4 quarters, it was Woodland Hills 58-45 over the Moon Area Tigers. We'll take one more quick break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the Roxamore Report. It's that time in the segment for the top plays from the MLK Showcase. In the previous month, unfortunately brought us the devastating loss of one of the greatest to ever do it in the sports of basketball. Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi and 7 others unfortunately lost their lives in a helicopter crash not too long ago. So we want to honor them here with the top 8 plays of the MLK Showcase. So buckle up and get ready for the top plays. We'll get things started here with the first 4. Let's see it.
One another and each other, and so we have to make a stand. As we say that, we have a steal by Jihad Denard. He goes coast to
Starting
coast.
off Jihad Denard.
Being a high
saw
riser.
that from the Moon game, top play there. Now look at the handles. Zigzagging through the defense, left-handed reverse, nice English, gets it to go. Baltimore Poly was one of the top teams in this tournament. Out on the run, the layup no good, but the follow jam, yes.
With the right hand by Lewis.
You know what?
And then the Carolina Basketball Academy here, with time ticking down in overtime, they hit the big shot. We'll now take you to the second round of the top plays here on the Roxamore Report. Let's see it.
Time winding down, 40 seconds left on the clock.
We saw this earlier from the Penn Hills Butler game behind the back. Damar Kelly dishes it off, the reverse layup. Pretty looking play there by Penn Hills. Now the push ahead pass. As it's about to go out of bounds, the chuck over his head right into the shooter's pocket. Good for 3, a nice play saving the ball there, and maybe a little bit of luck to get it right to the shooter. And then this one, what a big play. Carolina Basketball Academy gets the win over Bishop Walsh at the buzzer in triple overtime in what was a late night thriller for that one. But that was not the best buzzer beater we saw from the MLK Showcase. Math, civics, and science's bang, that's good from downtown. 3 of these as his team takes the lead and gets the victory in double overtime. That was live on the Roxamore Sports Network. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the rest of the coverage here on the Roxamore Report.
Pardon me, ma'am. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the line edition?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Roxamore Sports Network is all about the love of sports and giving young athletes the chance to be seen in hopes of going to the next level. We cover any sport from swimming to bowling to football to basketball, but now let's take it to the pool where we had some swimming live from Woodland Hills High School as they took on Penn Hills. Let's see the highlights from that.
And he is making some serious headway
Here in the
there.
men's freestyle, it was the
And he
Woodland
is doing
Hills
a good
swimmer
job.
way ahead of the competition. We'll see him finishing here.
Time and lane
He was
two,
pumped
1
up.
minute 42 seconds for Woodland Hills.
Why not? Throw a little thumbs up to the camera as he gets the big
Get a good
victory
thumbs
there.
up there from the winner.
And as you see his competitors on the end of the race there. And then for Penn Hills here in the female division,
Push off there from the
almost lapping her opponents, doing a great job there for Penn Hills, going that last distance to get the victory for her team in the 100 breaststroke.
We do apologize, folks, for some of that.
So as you see there, if it's a sport, we'll cover it here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'd like to remind you to join us at our website, www.roxamoresports.com, to get all the information you need on how to team up with us. Now we'd like to take you to the Girls City League Championship at part of Pittsburgh Public Schools. We were there for the semifinal game. Allderdice defeated Carrick 85-14, and then on the other side, Westinghouse defeated the Obama Academy 41-30. So the two teams met up at the Peterson Event Center to battle for the top spot as the City League Championship on the campus of Pittsburgh University. Let's see the highlights from the first half.
Kick out.
We get things
Emma
started.
Waite,
Emma
chance from
Waite,
three.
the star
Up
point
and
guard
good.
for this team, a D3 commit to the Rochester Technical Institute. It was a fast start for Allderdice. They weren't going to score 85 points like they did in their semifinal game. The defense for Westinghouse was pretty tough throughout this one, and Westinghouse gave them a run for their money in the second quarter, but it was Allderdice way ahead to get things started. And then we see a couple three-point shots falling for Westinghouse. That was a big part of them getting back into the game. So as I said, Allderdice started off hot, but the lead carved down, and both teams entered the halftime break. Let's now see the second half from that game.
See what they can do.
Allderdice looking for their third straight City League Championship. They're well on their way. A 30-15 lead midway through the third. Corner three there, Allderdice excited. Westinghouse tried to make a push. Nice kick out, corner three again. They lived from beyond the three-point line. But in the end, it was really just too much of the Allderdice Lady Dragons as we see it stripped away there. Nice hands by Sophia North. Emma Waite dishes it off to her, and they get the bucket to go. In the end, it was the Lady Dragons that won, not their first, not their second, but their third straight City League Championship as they defeated Westinghouse 57-35. After the championship celebration, I had a chance to chat with Nautica Burwell, who shared some pretty important news in her life. Let's see that interview.
Of course, a senior this year. What are your plans going into the off season, and is college ball in your future?
Yes, of course. I am committing soon. Now I can make it public to Bethany College. Also, off season, I'll just be in the gym trying to get up for college, trying to get ready. Yeah.
Okay.
So congratulations there to Nautica Burwell committing to Bethany College. Some big moves for her. We got some big moves coming up here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to the Roxamore Report. Travis Newton with you. As the Lady Dragons extended their championship win streak to 3, the men's team for Allderdice High School were looking to do the same, but grabbed 7 in a row instead. The Obama Academy had something different to say about that as they came in as the 2 seed and defeated the Allderdice Dragons. Let's take you through the first half of the Men's City League Championship.
Obama's going to try a three.
Obama,
Pure from
a
downtown.
team on a mission. They came out flaming hot in this one, got off to a 9-0 run against Allderdice High School. Flexing and finessing there after the made bucket, but Allderdice, they weren't going to go away softly. Here in the first half, they're down 9-0, the first bucket of the game, and a sigh of relief there by the scorer. Once again, working it around the perimeter. He just came in the game off the bench, making his name known, doing a good job for Allderdice High School. But Obama Academy, they showed off the range as well, and they did it throughout the game, hitting that three-point shot. Once again, a toughly contested shot there. This was a questionable time of the game for the Obama Academy. Shot it maybe a little bit too early. That gave Allderdice a chance to come down and score a bucket to end the half. So we went into the halftime break in a low-scoring affair, but Obama Academy had the lead by 4. Let's check out the second half.
From Coach Crummy are coming out of the halftime break.
Coming out after the halftime break, down just 4, a big 3 there by Tony Henderson. He's a rising star for that Alderdice team, certainly lots of potential. But on the other side, the big man, Sean Sneed, just too much muscle as he gets the and one there. He would be a double-digit scorer in this game for the Obama Academy. Look at the long arms and the rebound once again by Sneed, putting it up. Now, clutch time, 2 minutes, a big 3 when they're up 5, make it up 8, and now we see the Obama Academy dribbling it out, getting their first City League championship in school history. What a great moment for the players and fans there for the Obama Academy as they were pumped up, getting the big win, snapping the streak of Alderdice. They were going for 7, but they'll leave it at 6. So we'll make it the girls team now has the best record, or the best streak to have for championships. They have 3, Alderdice back to 0 after the big win by Obama. We spoke with their head coach, DeVos Simmons, after the game, and he had some great messages about his team and his players.
Travis Newton here on the Roxamore Sports Network with the winning coach, DeVos Simmons. Coach, your team came in as the 2 seed, the underdog, but they got the win, breaking the streak for Alderdice. What was your message to your team coming into today's game?
We have one thing, one switch, that's the on switch. Play as hard as you can for 32 minutes. And that's what they did today.
And on your way to the camera here, you're telling me how proud you are of your team. What does this mean to you and your players to get this victory and get the City League championship?
It means more to the players because of the family atmosphere that they had, the brotherhood that they surround themselves with. It was fantastic, and I can't wait to celebrate with them.
All right. And that's exactly what you want to see out of a high school basketball coach, giving all the credit to his players. But DeVos Simmons did do a good job with his squad, preparing him for the top-ranked Alderdice team. So nothing but congratulations for Coach Simmons and that Obama Academy Eagles team securing their first championship in school history. We're going to take one more break here on the Roxamore Report. We'll be right back with the closing coverage.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
Travis Newton back with you here on the Roxamore Report. We'd like to remind you that tomorrow we have the Golden Gloves Boxing Championship Series coming up. That thing is getting started at 5 p.m. live from the Monroeville Mall. We'll have coverage here on the Roxamore Sports Network for all of the fights. We'd like to remind you once again just to check out the Golden Gloves Boxing Tournament live here on the Roxamore Sports Network. And that now takes us to the final segment here on the Roxamore Report, and it's the play of the season. We had a lot of great moments here in the winter season, but one of them stood out in particular, and if you're a Woodland Hills fan, you're not going to want to watch this one. Let's see the play of the season. So it was a tight one against the storied rival McKeesport Tigers. With just 1 second left on the clock, Kyrie Hainsworth, he lives in that mid-range territory. What can you do about it? He hits the big shot. His teammates pumped up, getting in the chest. But 1.9, the ball to McKeesport. The lob off the backboard, misses the first one and tips it away, finishing the game. A buzzer-beating shot for McKeesport. Everyone was pumped up except for the Woodland Hills fans, but they put up a great performance. That was their second game in a row that they lost in overtime.
Last play of the game, and can you talk to me a little bit about that?
It's a play that we practice where we throw it long to Tay, and he dumps it to one of the guards. It wasn't supposed to bounce off the backboard. That was just luck. That was total and absolute luck, and we got a bounce in that situation, and that was all it was. It was luck.
So whether it's skill or luck, the McKeesport Tigers got the huge win against Woodland Hills on one of the most unbelievable shots we've ever seen. So we're going to go ahead now and wrap things up here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll be right back with some of our sponsorship reads, but we'll see you next time here on the Roxamore Report. We'd also like to thank you for joining us and remind you that you can check us out on social media, reminding you to follow us on Instagram, like our page on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, download our Roxamore Events app, and most importantly, go to our website, www.roxamoresports.com, to see a schedule of everything coming up with the live coverage on the Roxamore Sports Network. So we'll take a quick break here and bring you right back on the Roxamore Report. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Reminding you to check out Cager's custom artwork. You just saw some of the great work he's done. Even a little bit of this, getting to show off Cager's customs artwork. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Wilson's Night Out. Make sure you come to Wilson's Night Out, not just for a night out, but for an experience of Caribbean cuisine. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. with specialty drinks. Looking for that certain room to host parties, meetings, social events, receptions, repast, and more? Wilson's Night Out is the place to be. We'd also like to remind you and to thank the Hill District Federal Credit Union. The Hill District Federal Credit Union has serviced the community for almost 50 years. Our purpose is to improve the financial health of our members so that we are not just surviving, but thriving. For information on how to become a member, please stop in at 2021 Center Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15219, or give us a call at 412-281-0822. And that takes us to our next sponsor, Big Rock and RAC Cleaning, a 5-star cleaning company rated by the people for both residential and commercial cleaning. If you're looking for regular maid service or even a one-time clean, office clean, or even a post-construction clean, look no further. Big Rock and RAC Cleaning is the company for you. To inquire, call 412-203-8213. And finally, we wrap things up here by thanking Worldwide by Boona, reminding you to get your copy today of the new release single Worldwide by Boona in all digital stores for just $1. Go to Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, and more to get your copy today. So once again, we would like to thank all of you for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We're signing off for now, reminding you to check out our website at www.roxamoresports.com for the remaining schedule of February and the schedule going into March. And of course, tune in tomorrow for the Golden Gloves Boxing Tournament. We'll see you there live on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll see you next time.